Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Cutting Room Floor. We'll be continuing our regular Deus Ex playthrough, but during the bonus episode I realized there was one augmentation canister that I really wanted, and after messing around for a little bit, I discovered it was possible to backtrack my normal character from the warehouse where we last left off into Hell's Kitchen and grab the canister that I wanted. This is just a quick fast forward of how it's done, because I thought it was kind of amusing. I didn't even realize this sort of thing was possible, but I thought I'd give it a shot. So now that I have that canister and my other upgrades, on to Unatco HQ. Take a quick look over here and see what we have. Extra multi-tool, always useful. And I don't think there's anything else behind here. Oh, there's lockpick, I guess. 451. That just tells us a little bit about this repair bot, which is recharging our bioelectric energy instead of the other ones that heal us. I think that's the first time we've seen one of those bots in the game.
Welcome back. Your mission was a success. Just about the only bright side of the operation, unfortunately. Report to Manderley for a briefing.
Mr. Dent.
Yeah?
The prisoners on level 3 are a sensitive matter. Leave the interrogations to Mr. Simons. You are authorized to receive your orders from Joseph Manderley, after which you will return to the helipad.
Simons. You guys from DC? What agency?
Please proceed to Manderley's office. We will expect to see you shortly.
I think the suits are putting
these guys, although they're referred to as bodyguards right now, they're later on referred to as Men in Black. It'll be nice to get back into the base and finally be able to install all the augs we got. So we got an image of Millennium Magazine. Let's take a look at that. Bob Page. He's the guy that we saw in the beginning of the game. Remember that cutscene at the very beginning? Where they were talking about ruling the world? Yep, that's him. Hey, 750 bucks. That's quite a payday.
I was here first.
Mr. Manderley is in a meeting, JC. You'll have to wait.
I was told to report for a debriefing.
A debriefing. Do not worry. I will state in my report that I was satisfied with your performance.
I'd hope you were satisfied. I did pretty much the whole thing myself.
Son of a bitch.
I wasn't exaggerating. He's our best agent.
We don't need him. We've got his brother, and more are on the way.
He knows nothing.
I think he does. You should never have sent him to Hong Kong.
Let's be sensible. We have to look at the whole record.
Look, I understand. He was your pet project, but it's out of my hands. Now that the shipment's been lost.
I know. I will comply with the order.
That's all I ask. Carry on. I'm going downstairs to interrogate the prisoners.
So they were talking about our brother Paul, and we'll talk to Manderley in a little bit.
Agent.
Agent Denton, at your service.
Denton. Yes, I hear you're turning out to be quite an asset to the Coalition.
Doing my best, sir. Forgive me, but I do not believe I know your name.
We aren't ready for an introduction yet. No, it's not time. Just keep your nose to the pavement. You'll be well rewarded. Trust me.
If we talk to Manderley now, we'll miss an entire important section of the game. It's better to run on down here.
I don't think you're supposed to be down here, Agent.
So this is the area where those government goons told us not to go. And of course we ignored them. The only way to get into this room here is to wait for Walter Simons to come.
We're looking to you to set an example.
I can sum it all up in one word. Self-reliance. That's what we stand for.
How about you tell me where that shipment is being taken?
UNATCO assumes that people are incapable of protecting themselves and therefore should submit to surveillance and intimidation by an outside force. We won't do it.
I have one question.
They already asked. I don't know.
One must admire a man who can keep a secret because he has value. What you know more than others makes money and gives you a measure of power.
You Walton Simons, you think I could be bribed?
Margaret Forsyth under NSF protection in Queens. Your son Richard attending Bronx Science. You see, I have a few relevant facts myself. Care to make a trade?
You wouldn't dare.
I'll give you 2 seconds to decide. Get out of here, Denton. This is none of your business.
The governments of the world believe an average citizen should not face the threat of terrorism alone.
We don't need your help. The technology exists today for an individual to protect his property against explosives, firearms, surveillance, intrusion, contamination.
Get the hell out of here, Denton.
350 million fortresses is not my idea of the land of the free.
It's better than one big fortress constructed by a corrupt government against its people.
Time's up. Where is the NSF taking the ambrosia?
They asked me already. I don't know.
Need I remind you that in the case of a national emergency, FEMA has a list of 6 million Americans who will be transported to detention centers? Your tabloids call it RX-84.
Yeah, including the President, Congress, and the Supreme Court.
In my position, I find it very easy to add names to that list.
Go to hell.
It's simple numbers. Big companies pay like 2% tax. Well, you and me, we pay like 50. It's the tax code that makes sure big bureaucracy gets bigger and people have no power.
You have an assignment in New York, Agent. I expect you to follow orders.
Let's get back to the subject of the missing vaccine.
All taxes are social engineering. That's always been their real purpose.
I'm not going to stand here and listen to you badmouth the greatest democracy the world has ever known.
What happens is that politicians get money from big companies, so all the social engineering is for making big companies. Like I said, it's simple numbers.
The United States government has had emergency powers since World War II. We've never left a state of war.
Speak for yourself. The federal government is just responding to a threat.
A government should be about more than self-perpetuation.
You will confess, by the way. I don't like to dirty my hands with that sort of thing, but you will confess.
A government shouldn't have to occupy its own country with troops.
Certain intellectual properties, aside from the quantities of vaccine, concern me deeply. Has the NSF made any attempt at reverse engineering?
Leave me alone.
If there wasn't organized oppression, there wouldn't be organized resistance, and what you call terrorism would not exist. You can lock me up, but you can't lock up the truth.
If you wanted to save people, you could have unloaded the whole shipment in Manhattan. Or the airlift.
You said it yourself. Secrets are power.
A government shouldn't have to occupy its own country with troops. And what you call terrorism would not exist.
Ask me if I care.
But not that patient. You saw nothing, Denton. Report to Manderley. Your turn. See what you can find out in Manhattan.
So that's the only way to get into that room. There's no keypads that open it or anything like that. Now we'll go back and see Manderley and see what he's talking about with our brother.
I cannot wait forever.
He will see you when he's ready.
Hello, JC. Come in. Clerical task first. Your op bonus is split between the Castle Clinton and warehouse objectives, 500 each. You get the full 1,000 plus 200 for how you handle the hostage situation in the Battery Park subway station. Good work.
Thank you, sir. Who is that you were meeting with?
Politics, bureaucracy, mismanagement. JC, I've got some bad news. The mission failed.
I would have taken out that JoJo punk, but he wasn't even in the warehouse.
Never mind that. He slipped out before you even got to New York.
What about the shipment?
I'm just going to say it straight, JC. Your brother screwed up. We got nothing, and he's taking the heat this time. The Coalition is letting him go.
What went wrong?
We don't know. He hasn't reported back. The rest of the strike force says he lost his nerve.
I think he was trying to avoid casualties. In Hell's Kitchen, instead of clips for the troops, he was issuing tear gas.
Whatever the case, now it's your turn. We've got one more chance to retake that shipment.
Has it been located?
Get any equipment you need from Carter, then take the chopper back to the city. We know they plan to put the Ambrosia on a plane, but we don't know which airfield.
Where should I start?
If I were the NSF, I'd be moving it through the subways, the abandoned parts of the infrastructure.
I'll check out the subways.
I don't even want to know what happened in the bar. We'll take the heat off you this time.
Yes, sir. I can explain.
But that will never happen again. Never kill a civilian unless you're ordered to do so.
Yes, sir.
All right, now get moving.
He was talking about the reporter that we killed.
Sorry, Anna. What is it?
A new assignment. I think Agent Denton should handle the assassination.
Is there a problem? You lost your appetite?
His enthusiasm in Battery Park was exceptional. The courtyard of Castle Clinton was a graveyard.
It's kind of an exercise, you mean?
I think he will make a good assassin. We should give him the opportunity.
Our pilot Jock is waiting for you at the helipad.
I am anxious to see one of the experimental agents perform.
You aren't alone, Anna.
First, we'll go to the med area because we have quite a few AUGs to install. Now we have Run Silent or Speed Enhancement. I'm gonna go with the Speed Enhancement, that seems a little more useful. And I'll take Environmental Resistance, I think it'll be a little more useful later in the game.
I took a few hits tonight. The doc had to operate.
We'll get well soon, soldier.
Yes, sir. I will. Dr. Reyes said they took the bullet out, but I still feel it in my stomach.
Looks pretty bad down here.
Keeps getting worse, too. It must be raining bullets out there.
The NSF aren't kidding around. How you holding up?
Fine. I lost one of the privates because a refrigeration unit went down. That's always hard.
You've got a lot on your hands. Don't beat yourself up over faulty equipment.
Thanks for talking to my friend. He admires you.
Alright, let's check out the supply closet real quick. There's not much down here this time. Lockpick and 100 credits. Still don't know exactly why they put two different entrances into that area down there. And last but not least, General Carter.
Agent Denton, marvelous. In addition to an accuracy weapon modification, I've got some 7.62mm rounds and a couple of multi-tools.
Mr. Carter, I can't tell you how great it is to be a part of UNATCO. You should have seen the fighting in Castle Clinton.
Yeah?
I cleaned the place out.
Went in shooting, huh? I guess that's what this agency is known for.
I never thought I'd see this much action in one mission.
In my day, international peacekeepers were citizens first and soldiers second. You can forget about that extra ammo. I'm only going to give you the multi-tools. I think you should concentrate more on mission objectives and less on the enemy body count.
That ammo was rather irrelevant anyway. It was the ammo for this gun right here. So we'll put the accuracy mod on our pistol again. Getting some nice damage and accuracy there. So that should be pretty much it. Let's head back out and see Jock.
Still haven't had a chance to clean my gun.
Get on the helicopter, Mr. Denton. Simons did not appreciate your interference.
Yeah. Keep it to yourself.
Let's go.
We're dropping you in Battery Park. We know the NSF were moving material through here at one point. Seems like a good place to start looking.
We sure appreciate the help tonight, Agent.
Oh, thank you.
I can think of safer places to camp. After all the fighting tonight.
Cops said I could be here. Besides, I ain't camping. I'm with the mole people.
Why the name Mole People?
They call us that because we live underground. Like they're some kind of superior beings or something because they got more money than we do.
Maybe you should join your people. Anywhere underground would be safer than Battery Park.
The moles need someone topside. And besides, it's been pretty quiet. I'd rather be here than have the NSF tromping around with machine guns.
The NSF are hiding out with the Mole People?
Yeah, they haven't hurt anybody. We guess it's all right.
I need to contact the NSF. Think you could tell me how to find the moles?
Sure. Just give me the password so I know they trust you.
Underworld.
Good. Long as they decided to give you access. Go to the phone booth in the subway station. The code's MOLE. That's 665 tree.
Thanks.
When you get to the Brooklyn Bridge station, talk to Charlie. He'll get you into the tunnels where we live.
Think it's true, the vaccine they got?
Now that was actually the code given up to us by the homeless guy that we rescued earlier. Otherwise, you have to earn it by talking to that guy.
Thanks again for the key.
It wasn't a favor. I was well paid.
A real patriot.
I see it like this. It all balances out. UNATCO's just as much gun freaks as the militias. And if everybody's gonna shoot it out, fine, so long as neither side wins and takes over the whole country.
The goal of UNATCO is not conquest. It's the safety of ordinary people like yourself.
I know an army when I see one. Look, I'll be blunt. Got any cash? There's a secret passage behind that phone booth over there. For 500, I'll tell you where to get the code.
I already got the code to the phone booth, but thanks.
Which was 6653.
After the quakes, the homeless drifted down here. Junkies, runaways, grifters. There's a DSS file a mile long on this place. Some of them, the so-called mole people, have permanent living quarters in an adjacent tunnel system not on my map.
So let's talk to this guy first.
What you need, bro? Vials are $250.
I'm with UNATCO. Start talking.
I ain't going back to jail.
Let's try some word association. First word, ambrosia.
Bitch, I ain't going back to jail.
Hey! Hey!
Alright, and we would have had to kill him either way. You'll see why in a minute. First, we need to go over to the bathroom.
The doctor's in that clinic.
The women's bathroom. And the one we want is the men's bathroom, I think.
I'm gonna kill Rock.
And Rock is the guy that we just killed.
You have a problem?
Get out. I got a bomb.
A bomb's a bad choice for close-range combat.
Might as well use it. Rock says I owe him. He won't even give me one vial for it.
What kind of bomb?
I think they said it was called a lamb.
Suppose I could part with a vial of Zyme if you'll give me the lamb.
You got some? Really?
Yeah. Let's see the lamb.
Take it, man. Whatever. Where's the Zyme?
Make it last. I killed homeboy out by the tracks.
Now we need to talk to this guy.
I'm looking for the mole people.
You don't want to camp with them. Trust me, they're too political.
I don't need a place to camp.
I started the mole people. I was there first. And then they made up committees that throw people out just because they don't like the way you look.
How do I find them?
Don't bother. They're elitist. And now the NSF is down there too.
He's like a mole people hipster.
It's things down there anyway.
Alright, so he wasn't the guy we need to talk to. This guy is.
I hear the NSF are using the mole people hideout as a base.
Are you the feds? We don't need a war down here.
I work for UNATCO.
Well, the NSF come through here, but they don't bother us. If we need help with anything, it's our plumbing. We lost pressure because of the explosions on South Street.
Tough break. You tell me about the NSF, and I'll put in a word with the city about the water.
The city don't know we got water, and they don't need to know. How about you fix it, and then I'll talk?
I don't have much time.
I would open the valve myself, but there was a cave-in. Utility door's blocked. It's up at the north end of the tracks, in case you want to take a look.
Clearing a tunnel. That would require explosives.
It could be done. A lamb would do the trick. It's just that I'm not gonna be the one to talk to the rooks. They'd probably sell us one, but they don't like people going into their turf, which is the whole upper level.
Alright, so let's go talk to the rooks. We already have the lamb we need, but we might as well get a second one.
Hold up, bro.
What is it?
You on Rook's territory now. Just so you know.
You call yourselves rooks?
That's right. Up here, it's business. You want to do business? Talk to El Rey.
I'll keep that in mind.
And El Rey is down here at the end of the hallway. Plus, you know, some free cash at an ATM never hurt anyone. Only 100. Wow, cheapskates. And you can actually fight this guy too.
Hey bro, what's with the getup?
Charlie says you sell explosives.
Yeah? Charlie should mind his own business.
How much?
Whoa. We ain't talking firecrackers, understand? What I got, it comes from a guy at UNATCO. Hardcore munitions and shit.
How much?
I got a lamb. You know what that is? $750.
Pretty steep for secondhand goods.
Either that or you work for it. You into fighting? I need someone to take care of the dealer downstairs.
Already dead.
Yeah? You killed
And that's
him?
why I said we had to kill him
Just
anyway.
another parasite.
Hot damn. That guy you just killed? He's been in my way for months. Now I got the whole station. You can have the lamb. Now I can afford me a Gep gun.
Alright. So we got that. And need to clear the block over here. That should take care of it. Now, there's a hot steam thing coming out here, but if you're quick, you can run right over it. And we just turn off these valves, and that should fix it. You can also sneak through here, but I really don't see the point since that doesn't do a whole lot of damage. As long as you jump over it quickly, of course.
The water line should be open now.
Good. Glad to see you UNATCO boys do something for the community.
Now can you tell me about the NSF?
The NSF? Yeah, they took over our tunnels.
How do I get there?
Go to the women's restroom on the other side of the station. Look for a keypad under the sink. Combination's 5482.
Great. I'm glad I can help you out.
Alright, now we got what we need. And that should have covered all the important people here too, so... Pretty quick area if you know what you're doing. Alright, nothing in those stalls. I think he said 5482. I love these secret doors.